About neuronal networks from the point of view of Iissiidiology. Paragraph number 5.0198. It talks about 4 neuronal networks. During one of the answers, you said that each of these networks is responsible for the particular functions. Now we read that children usually don't have priorities in using one or another brain part. This works by the simplest scheme for them. These neuronal networks don't have autonomization. They are activated quite spontaneously. Yes, they are activated by the simplest scheme, by the scheme of the lowest expenses for the brain. What is a neuronal network? These are response types on various challenges, on various situations, on various circumstances and interests. The simplest type, which works for adolescents in the first place, is neuronal network first type. The instinctive one. Not intuitive, but instinctive. In fact, it includes the limbic system major part. And the front or the rear part of the cingulate gyrus, meaning callosal convolution, depending on the brain morphological properties, plays instead of the cortex. Therefore, usually children's reactions are egoistic. Often inadequate. Though, again, this depends on every person's hypothalamus various sections development. Hypothalamus creators activity, because the medial hypothalamus reacts in one way. Hypothalamus front, rear parts have some other functions. Meaning, this depends on the separate center's development, including the same amygdala. For example, amygdala of some hemisphere, right or left one, joins in the first place. The left hemisphere amygdala can initiate joyful, pleasant, positive states. The right hemisphere amygdala reacts mostly on the negative states. Though, again, this is connected with each person's brain features. Because of the cortex separate sections development, in particular, including prefrontal cortex, these functions are assumed by the cingulate cortex creators, who organize the whole response process jointly with hypothalamus creators, depending on what parts of this adolescent or child brain are mostly developed. Of course, striatum, ventral tegmental area participate here. That is, those brain parts which are relevant to the brain's reward system, and so on. Just in the first place, the reward system plays role of stimulator of the child's choices and decisions. It includes nucleus accumbens and so on. The second neuronal network is generated by the nervous chains, in which creators of orbital frontal and dorsomedial brain parts participate. These are also mostly egoistic choices, but they already allow to occur conscious thinking. To make choice not just spontaneously but purposefully, by means of analysis, comparison of some states, some experience. Limbic system various parts can participate in this type, including cingulate cortex, again, but all this occurs under control of orbital frontal and dorsomedial parts of prefrontal cortex. The neuronal network third type is based on activity and already inclusion of ventromedial and partially ventrolateral cortex creators. And provides more complex planning, abstract thinking processes, and so on. Meaning, the experience can come from collective unconscious. The neuronal network third type is already intuitive intellectual path. As a matter of fact, this type provides loomический development, participating actively in synapses and chains creation. Dorsolateral, ventrolateral cortex creators take under control limbic system activation. And generally, at this point of development, this neuronal network type is the source of our most ampliative decisions, which are not connected with the personal egoism and increasingly guided by the experience coming from collective subconsciousness. From our more ampliative personal interpretations.